Starting out in SketchUp, I'm going to zoom in near the feet of my reference person. I'm going to start out with a simple rectangle that will be 90 millimeters wide and 30 millimeters deep, which will give me this rectangle. I'm now going to use push-pull to pull this up 40 millimeters. Now looking at the top of this, I'm going to go ahead and rotate my view up. I'm going to start to figure out exactly where to lay out the circles, because I've got one that comes up and two that get pushed in to create holes. I'm going to start out with the one that pulls up because it actually is in the middle, and that's going to be the easiest one to figure out. To place it in the middle, I'm going to use my line tool, and I'm going to go along the line until I find this blue dot called the midpoint. I'm going to draw my line from midpoint to midpoint. Now some people would then try to draw another midpoint to midpoint line to create and find the center of that circle. It's actually unnecessary. If I just leave the one line here, what I can do is get my circle tool and come down to the midpoint of this line and then look at my radius. In this case, I measured my diameter as 16, so my radius is 8. I am then going to have to delete the 3 line segments, the one in the middle, the one here, and the one here. I am now going to grab push-pull and pull this up 12 millimeters. The next thing that I'm going to have to do is figure out exactly where my cursor or my area is over here. So I am actually going to draw a line from the midpoint in. Now as I look at my sheet, the center of the wider hole is 20 millimeters in from this edge. So I'm going to go ahead and make this 20 millimeter line. Then I'm going to take my circle tool, start my line there, and come out, and the size of this circle was 18 or 9 millimeters as a radius. I'm now going to click this line and this line, get my push-pull tool, and pull this down. Now, while I'm push-pulling, I'm actually going to use the mouse scrolling wheel to rotate to the bottom, to come down and be able to click on the face. That's how you can see that I come all the way through the hole. So I should be able to create this in a way where I see the ground. If you have to click on anything with the eraser tool or click on it and press delete, you did it wrong. Don't do it wrong. The nice part about this is it was fairly symmetrical in terms of hole location. On this side, again, I start from the midpoint and come in 20 millimeters. I then get my circle tool, put it here. This was only a 10 millimeter circle, so my radius is 5. I'm again going to delete the lines I don't need, carefully clicking on them, making sure they turn blue before I push the delete key, and then pulling this down 11 millimeters. This will create block C. Again, I will use my pointer tool to click on and delete the person so that this is ready to be placed on a drawing.